Real Madrid taking all 3 points, beating Sevilla by 2-1. Taking a look at what it means at the top of LaLiga. Barcelona, of course, are champions. Real Madrid move above Atleti, who, of course, can still finish second if they win their 2 remaining matches. Oh, we got Luis Garcia is on to reflect on this game. Luis, I've absolutely no idea what to ask you about this game, so tell me what you'd like to tell me.
Yeah, a lot more interesting the Coventry-Luton that you guys have been talking about. Definitely, we've been all of us following that game, but it was actually a quite easy game. First half for Sevilla that tried and put under pressure at Real Madrid with that first goal. Even could have scored a couple more goals, but with Lamela being probably the most important player with Rakitic in the middle of the park. And in the second half, with some changes that Ancelotti made, I think Camavinga gave something different. Real Madrid struggles so much when Benzema is not there, when Vinicius is not there, when they don't have that quick transition. But it was Sevilla who, by mistakes, the first one with Bono, that kind of didn't read well the wall in front of him, and the second one in a fantastic control by Real Madrid, and Rodrygo put in the second goal. That for me, I think that Rodrygo has been outstanding during the whole season when he's been on the field, and today once again did it. Gave the 3 points for Real Madrid. Not much more. Real Madrid trying to get that second spot that will be in the next weekend when they play against Real Sociedad. Then that's it. Sevilla to focus in on what is going to happen on midweek against Manchester United in the Europa League final.
That's it, of course, all about the Europa League final. Against Roma, obviously, Luis, they got rid of Manchester United before that.
Oh, sorry, against Roma, sorry.
Sevilla don't lose finals, do they? So they're going to win this, no problem. The problem is Jose Mourinho doesn't lose finals either.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Sevilla has been brilliant every single time that he's been on a Europa League final. The king of the cups in the Europa League. Today, Mendilibar has been resting some of the players, some of the important players. But it's totally true. Mourinho knows he did fantastic against Leverkusen with Xabi Alonso trying in the last game, but couldn't manage to get even one single goal. So Mourinho knows how to deal with this kind of situation, knows how to manage the tempo of the game. So even though that is outside of the pitch, he can control everything that is happening in every single phase. So I think that more quality on the Sevilla side, more experience on the Sevilla club, but definitely Roma and more in particular Mourinho know how to deal with it. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game for both sides.
Meanwhile, just taking a look at some of the summer transfer rumours we're hearing, Luis. Asensio didn't feature today. Suggestions he's off to PSG.
Yeah, that would look like here. There has been a lot of rumours about him during the whole season. Actually, if he was going to stay, remember that there is a few players that they still have no contracts. Ceballos is one of them. Nacho, Modric, Kroos. So there is a few that probably they will depart or will have a new contract signing. One of them was Asensio today, not being involved. Looks like he's gonna find his own way for the future in a different. It was a few close, but it looks like Paris Saint-Germain is the one who's gonna make the effort to have him for next year.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.